The words hit me like a hammer to the chest, knocking the air out of the room. "He was better in bed, Mark," Sarah spat, each syllable dripping with venom. "At least he knew what he was doing." Her sneer lingered like a blade hovering in the dim bedroom light, slicing through 8 years of marriage in a single merciless strike. I froze, my hand still on the tie I had been loosening, the silk slipping through my fingers like the life I thought I had. The argument had started small, as they always did. A forgotten anniversary dinner, my long nights at the office, her clipped remarks over breakfast. But this was something different. It was a grenade tossed into the quiet of our suburban home, a truth that didn't just wound, it obliterated. I searched her face, desperate to find the woman I had vowed to love, but the eyes looking back at me were cold, distant, like someone I had never met. "Did you just say that?" My voice cracked, betraying the storm raging inside me. My heart pounded as if trying to escape my chest. She didn't flinch. Arms folded, lips curling into a cruel, almost defiant smile, she said flatly, "You heard me, Mark. I'm tired of pretending." Pretending? The word echoed in my mind, a ghost stirring doubts I had buried long ago. The late-night texts she claimed were work-related, the way she lingered in the bathroom with the door locked, the unfamiliar sharp scent of her new perfume, everything I had dismissed as trivial stress or the demands of her gallery job now screamed at me as undeniable signs. I turned away, my legs heavy, sinking onto the edge of the bed. The room felt stifling. The lavender candles she loved so much now choked the air with their sweetness. "Who is he?" I asked, voice barely above a whisper, dreading the answer yet compelled to know. Sarah laughed, a short, bitter sound that cut deeper than any words could. "Does it matter?" She stepped closer, her shadow falling across me. "You've been checked out for years, Mark. Don't pretend this is all on me." Her words struck like a half-truth turned weapon. Yes, I had been distant, absorbed in deadlines, swallowed by the grind of providing the life she demanded, the house with the wraparound porch, vacations in Santorini, the diamond earrings glinting in the lamplight even now. But I had loved her. I had loved her with everything in me. Wasn't that supposed to be enough? I rose, needing to move to escape the weight of her gaze. The hardwood creaked beneath my feet as I crossed to the window, staring out at the quiet street. The sprinklers hissed in the night, a mundane rhythm against the chaos inside me. "Tell me," I said, voice steadier now despite the trembling in my hands. "Tell me who he is." She hesitated, and in that pause, the truth slithered closer, dark and long across the floor. "It's not what you think," she finally said, voice softer, almost pleading. "It's not someone new. Not someone new." The words landed like a stone in my gut. My mind spun, flipping through memories, searching for the face I had missed. Her ex Ryan. The one she had called a mistake when we met. The name rose like bile, bitter and burning. Ryan. I turned to her, voice low, dangerous. Her silence answered for her. Her eyes flicked to the floor, guilt spilling from every pore. She had let the truth slip in her anger. I wanted to scream, to shatter the life we had built. But all I could do was laugh, a hollow, broken sound. "You're still talking to him?" My voice cracked, sharp as ice. "It's not like that," she said quickly, stepping toward me, hands raised as if to tame a wild animal. "We just reconnected at the gallery opening last month. It wasn't planned." Reconnected. The word was a lie wrapped in silk, deliberate and smooth. I remembered that night, her in a black dress, radiant, laughing with strangers while I stood awkwardly with a glass of wine I hadn't touched. I had thought it was the crowd, the art, the champagne. Now I knew it had been him. "How long?" I asked, voice barely audible, the edges of reality blurring. "How long have you been lying to me?" She didn't answer. She pressed her lips together, eyes glistening, tears, regret, or simply fear of being caught. I grabbed my coat from the chair, leather cold against my trembling hands. "I need air," I muttered, heading for the door. "Mark, wait." Her voice followed, sharp, desperate. "You can't just leave." But I did. I slammed the front door behind me, the sound echoing into the quiet night. The street was calm, crisp with the promise of autumn. My footsteps carried me forward, heavy with memories and doubts. The way she had smiled on our wedding day, our warm hands entwined, the nights we spent planning our future. Kids, a cabin by the lake, growing old together. Had it all been a lie? My phone buzzed. Half expecting her name, I pulled it out, but it wasn't Sarah. A college friend had tagged me in an old memory, a photo I hadn't seen in months. My heart froze. There she was, laughing in a dimly lit bar, her hand on Ryan's arm, a timestamp from 3 weeks ago. The caption, "Old flames, new sparks." Rage flared, white-hot, burning away the last remnants of denial. I kept walking, phone heavy in my hand, streetlights casting long, twisted shadows like the truth I had refused to face. She had slipped away piece by piece and I had let it happen. I had trusted her, loved her, and she had chosen him. Time blurred. Minutes or hours, I couldn't tell. I ended up at the park, on the bench where we had carved our initials years ago, a naive promise of forever. The wood was cold beneath me as I stared at the stars, distant and untouchable, like the life I thought I had. My phone buzzed again. A text from Sarah. "I'm sorry. Please come home. We need to talk." I stared at the words, thumb hovering. Part of me ached to return, to fight for her, to believe she could still be mine. But another part, the part that had heard her sneer, seen the photo, felt the weight of her betrayal, knew better. I stood. The decision was made. The night was silent around me, but inside, a storm raged. I typed a single word in reply. No. Then I turned off the phone and walked into the darkness, leaving behind the life I had known, the woman I had loved, and the man I had been. The betrayal was raw and bleeding, yet undeniable, a truth I could never unsee. And under the silent, unyielding stars, I took the first step toward something new, unknown, and entirely mine.